Hi, this is Raj. This is the founder of CognWare Industries, and welcome to the first ever Serendipity as a Service. So, first ever. It's the 0x0th Serendipity as a Service. I encode my series in hex, so that's that. And you might be wondering why I'm rambling right from the get-go, because this is about being serendipitous, and I did have a script to get started with, but then that is not quite in alignment with the title. So, why do I get into this? Why do I offer serendipity as a service? Thinking, writing, speaking in general have been ways of communicating. They are also ways of realizing a whole bunch of things for the author or the creator themselves. And writing is a very good tool to have structured thought, uh, but it does not quite represent the natural process of thinking. Right now, whatever I'm saying is not scripted, or it's not it's not certain. Whatever flows in, I do not have to stick to a script. Whatever flows in is sort of in the moment, and that gives you true insight into the way you think. That is actually quite important to explore what you really understand about anything that you're talking about, any concept that you're talking about, any abstraction that you're talking about, rather than sticking to a script that you've sort of over-engineered. I mean, yeah, it sort of limits you. So maybe sticking to outlines is fine, but completely scripting it all out is sort of limiting to the creator and the consumer as well. Uh, before I sort of elaborate upon that, a quick intro as to who am I. I am the Bit-Mage. I am the founder of CognWare Industries. It was founded on the 1st of May to sort of engineer the cognitive infrastructure around you. And yeah, it is sort of engineered. No, it was sort of established on the 1st of May, 2025, to engineer the cognitive infrastructure around us. Uh, I have the establishment memo linked in the description. So that's that. And what I plan to do with these is build my own original ways of thinking, of communicating, of engineering cognition at a personal level, and of course at a community level as well. So technology, I mean, you cannot. It's not just about evolving technology without accelerating the human mind as well. So by accelerating, I don't mean to say it is an adaptation or an evolution. It is sort of a different sort of it is a different sort of change that I cannot quite put into words right now. It is a state of mind. It is a state of being rather than becoming. And that sort of allows you to 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 actually exploit all the tooling around you. So that is what this is mostly about. You see the logo. There's a brain and a gear, and do check out the website as well, conware.com. Uh, I do have my initial established memo out there, and these video essays I plan to be regular with them in terms of being daily, or at least 3 or 4 times a week. So there's a whole bunch of things I plan to do with it. There's a whole bunch of large scale problems and small scale problems that I slowly plan to understand first before solving them. They could range from anything from, like, say, solving education. A lot of people like to blame the system as to what might be up with it. I could, yeah, let's first try understanding it. Let's first try understanding how it evolved and everything, and then rather than just trying to solve it from the get-go, let's try what's good, what's bad. Let's try how it fits into your own domains, and move on from that. So, uh, there's a whole bunch of assumptions that I'll be breaking down over the course of these essays, these posts, these creations. I plan to offer services like these, have Serendipity as a service. I could also do stupidity and sanity as a service sometime. Uh, I'll also have to carry out collect some testimonials from my friends. I mean, they can attest to how crazy I am and how I'm fit for at least stupidity as a service, I guess. Sanity and serendipity, we'll see. I'll need to build some social proof for that. But yeah, at least stupidity as a service, that SaaS I can probably offer well. I will have testimonials for that right away. Uh, but yes, so my intention with CognWare is not just talking about the tooling that goes around you, how to evolve and adapt that, but then how to evolve and adapt yourself. I'm using evolve and adapt right now because I do not quite have the right word for it. How to sort of evolve and adapt yourself to best use the tooling around you, to best have modes of thinking to towards the objective in itself as towards what is also quite undefined right now. So what I believe in, rather than being perfect from the get-go, is the idea of convergence or iteration. Over a lot of reps that you put in, you sort of figure it out. And starting when you're not perfect and starting early is much better than sort of figuring it all out, getting it all perfect, thinking, charting out all trajectories, unrolling them, backtracking if they're wrong and stuff. And yes, rather than being too polished with my speech and having complete scripts or a set way of doing things, I plan to sort of let it evolve in its own way. I plan to let it take its time. So that is what this is about. And yeah, I mostly will not have scripts, so that does mean I will have to be very concise with my words, for I do not want to waste your time. I would have to become a precise conveyor, a concise conveyor, uh, who who knows the worth of words, the worth of time, and can communicate with precision, density, and clarity. So it's not just about being too simple or being overly complex. It's about seeing what needs to be said without saying too much or without having unnecessary fillers in. That's mostly it. That's mostly what serendipity is going to be. I'll have to engineer into being serendipitous. I'll have to learn how to do it on command. That's what that is. So this is a series, of course, and it's going to be out there, on YouTube, this channel, and of course, yeah. So I am the founder of CognWare Industries, but then that is about the philosophical underpinnings that go into whatever I do, the strategy, the tactics, the what, why, not the why, the what and how and when I do things. That happens on the bitmage.com. That is where I get into the details. I solve problems with with the insight of an engineer. Here I am mostly working as a philosopher, a wannabe philosopher, at least for now. Uh, but yeah, philosophy, etymologically speaking, is just the love of wisdom. I mean, I do love wisdom, of course. Uh, so in that sense, I am already one. I am not a wannabe. And realizing that and going ahead with putting your thoughts out and refining them for discourse is something that actually accelerates the gain of wisdom. And I mean, if I'm not doing that, I'm not truly a philosopher. If I'm not wanting more wisdom, for I love it, I'm not truly a philosopher. So this is me staying true to that identity, being sort of an engineer philosopher. All of the engineering, all of the thinking as to how to do things, as to what to do, and how to strategize. What are the tactics that go into sort of engineering a particular objective into into carrying out its execution and everything? That happens on the bitmage.com. Do check that out. That's where I am more into the details, more personal and more specific. But then in here, CognWare Industries, I plan to be more holistic. I plan to be more aligned with the larger temporal scale. Could be years, decades, could be the scale of a civilization. I mean, it's not bad to think large. Uh, yeah, of course. So you need a balance. You need a balance. You can't just be completely dialed in all the time, or you can't just be completely philosophical all the time. You need a balance because they bring each other up mutually. That's what this is about. With the Bitmage, why I felt it necessary to have another YouTube channel is because I do not want to force my thoughts on my audience out there. So they do love Emacs and they do like computing in that sense. I also do like computing and Emacs. It's not necessary that anyone who likes computing and Emacs might be into philosophy. Uh, that is that is that is actually, I mean, it might not be true for all, of course. That is, statistically speaking, that probably is a good correlation. If you're into computing and Emacs, you're also into philosophy. That is probably a good correlation, a strong one. But then there are probably a lot of confounding factors, and there might be some people out there who just want to get into computing in general, computer science in general, don't want to be burdened with the boon of philosophy as of now. So there's this another channel for that. And in here, I probably will not type as much, but then I will talk about cognitive tooling rather than the obvious tooling around you, the ways of thought, the ways of expressing yourself, the ways of perceiving things, the abstract around you, the intangible. That's what I'm getting into in these ones. And let's see what this evolves into. I mean, I do have plans for it. Of course, having plans is essential to sort of be consistent and guide whatever you want to achieve. But being flexible is also important. And yeah, that's what it is. Uh, so yeah, I think enough has been said. I think this is sort of a good uh, intro to whatever I wanted to express. Nothing more needs to be said. So that is it. This is the Bitmage, the founder of CognWare Industries. Welcome to. Uh, I definitely have narcissistic tendencies, and I want to say an era of neo thought or something. But no, just welcome to a guy rambling about stuff. And yeah, this was Serendipity as a service. 0x0. I encode my series in hex. I will get into the reasons as to why and everything over the coming ones. But yeah, stay tuned. See you in the next one. And do subscribe to both of these channels. I will also have a newsletter that summarizes my weekly SaaSes. Uh, if you're too busy to completely consume them, which I can understand. Uh, but yeah, I do have all of the pipelines in my creation stages right now. So yeah, over time, you there should be multiple ways of consuming whatever I'm putting out there in your favorable manner. Some people might like to hear these as podcasts when they're walking around, or I don't know, they're doing the chores. But yeah, some people might just like to lounge and just enjoy this on a television or something. I don't know if I'm that yeah, if I'm that wise enough to sound that good yet. But yeah, that's the goal. Or someone might just like the transcripts. So the pipelines are being executed. I am setting stuff up. This is just beginning. I Of course I told you that I plan on not being perfect from the get-go, but then just starting early and iterating upon multiple reps, finding perfection along the way without chasing it, without probably just tending to it. So that is the whole idea. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one.